Oh, let me just get my notes. There we go.
I'm not editing
notes
this.
down here.
I'm not editing this. Audience.
Are we on?
We're on. Audience, I pressed play because Will said he was ready. And so you've just seen how unprofessional Mr. William Leggetter is.
And I'm Will Leggetter.
Yes, that's my intro. Today we are rounding out. No, we're not. Not in release. We are rounding it out in recording, but not in release. Oh, no. They do know because if they got,
they do.
Because
no, they'll know. They'll know next time. We'll mention.
Oh yes. Oh yes, yeah. That is true. Yes, they do. I'm getting. It's like Inception. We need to start like inflicting. I was going to say inflicting pain, so that we have bruises that heal, so that people. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yep.
This week is 1973's wonderful Theatre of Blood, which is. I want to talk now, Will, about Arrow Video. I won't take long. Arrow Video are a wonderful Blu-ray company, and they release the most marvelous editions with the most splendid special features. This is one of my favourites. It includes a wonderful audio commentary from the League of Gentlemen.
He's sponsored.
I wish. Yeah, get us sponsored. I'll get Becky to add them in, and then I can get all the free ones I want. I still want all the Robert Altman ones, please, and all of the Ingmar Bergman. I want the Serpent's Egg. And if you send it for free, then I'll swap out the Being John Malkovich Blu-ray I already have for yours, which I was threatening doing, but I didn't. And they also come with these lovely little booklets with essays. My favourite thing of yours, which we will talk about, is their Woody Allen collections. I have all three, and they're lovely in boxes, but we will get to that in a few episodes.
Leonhard, what the hell do you want here?
Quite insane. Oh my God. In the midst of life, we are in death.
Sorry to have missed the meeting, but my heart is with you.
Can't believe it. His head cut off.
But yes, and also they do films that aren't very well heard of. They also do, obviously, Being John Malkovich. I've got a wonderful network Blu-ray up there that they did. But Theatre of Blood, for instance, is a film that I think I don't want to speak for you, Will, but I believe you've never even heard of it.
That's correct.
Yeah, so yes, it is fair to say that I read whenever these are cheap, I will just get them.
Oh, impossible.
Good day, Mr. Devlin.
Come, fire, consume this happy world, and in its ashes, let my memory lie.
because they're usually good, usually. And this really tipped me over when I saw the audio commentary with the League. And I'd also seen Reese talk about it at the BFI, about his love for Theatre of Blood.
The critic circle in this are grotesque. You know, they could be League of Gentlemen characters, but they're all very real and brilliantly acted by the most incredible cast. But you completely buy them in their own right for what they are and what they believe in. I mean, the great thing about this is that Edward Lionheart is the person you're sympathising with. Strangely enough, Ian Hendry, I think you're meant to be on his side and kind of see him through to the end. He's not the one that he's as horrible as the rest, so it's quite great that you're with the villain. And that's a lovely kind of odd thing to have in this.
It's not a film that leaves you with an appetite for a pie after seeing it, really.
No. Can I ask, has anyone not seen it? Look at this! No, get out! Most of you haven't seen it. Oh, that's brilliant. No, it's so exciting. That really is exciting. Good. Oh, well, I hope you enjoy it.
This is one of their joint favourite films, all four of them.
I've picked up a few things that I've
Yes.
noticed.
Yes, which direct references. And we'll start with the film itself, and then we'll get to that in notes. So, Theatre of Blood, 1973, directed by Douglas Hickox, is the story of Vincent Price as Edward Lionheart, who the critics all believe is dead, but is actually very much alive and is now offing critic after critic, one by one, from the critics' circle in Shakespearean fashions, because he was a great Shakespearean actor who just didn't move with the times. He got shunned out by William Woodstock, a mumbler, because this is obviously set in 73, the exact year that the National Theatre moved from the Old Vic to the South Bank building. So just that alone really emphasises the change in the world of theatre in England, and where Edward gets left behind, mostly because of his own fault, because he's not changing with the times. But yes, so we get Vincent Price doing some wonderful Shakespearean monologues, we get some wonderful kills, and we just get lots of British camp and murder. All of my favourite things. Will, what did you think of Theatre of Blood?
I adore this movie.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so glad.
I think it's great. I was very skeptical going into it because you kept shunning it away. Well, focusing on the bigger, the trilogy of the 73.
Yes.
And then you said this is sort of a bonus, a fun one, a bit of a daft one. This sort of new wave British underground comedy stuff. But that is the sort of stuff I enjoy.
And the stuff I enjoy. I do adore this film. Our love of League, I think, bleeds into this and becomes sort of, through symbiosis or whatever, sort of combines to make this love. It's obviously anything that they mention in any interview or anything, it's odd actually, because I find that we have very similar tastes, and so anytime they do recommend something, I've either already watched it or already own it, and I was going to watch it. And I think that obviously leads into why I love their show so much, their shows and all that so much. Just a marvelous film. We'll get to the cast later. We'll get to some of those incredible names. Let's jump to YouTube comments. You can't imagine a film such as this being made nowadays. The plot is too imaginative, and there just aren't the character actors around anymore. We live in bleak times.
Okay. I think, that's not... There's plenty worse being made. I say worse, this is great. Pretty more daft.
I was fortunate enough to have met the great Vincent Price in the 1980s, not long after he did the thriller narration. What a remarkable, talented gentleman he was. Sadly, there's just no one around like that today. Truly a bygone era. This was, of course, in that great time in the 70s, where you had all these incredibly trained actors and just incredible actors in quite bad films. You look at the Amicus anthology movies, you look at all of them, and a lot of them are good, but but they're the ones that have lasted. You look at the sheer output of some of those horror production companies. I mean, the abundance of Hammer films, and I think there were 7 Dracula movies with Christopher Lee. That's why he was so desperate to get to Wicker Man, and he forfeited his salary just so he could get out and have people look at him as something else. What a great actor Vincent Price was. His butch, both comedic and terrifying. I have to agree. Dishy hair. Here's a thing that I've always thought, and it finds out that other people think this. I was a substitute teacher at a private school. After getting permission, I showed this to a high school class to try and get them interested into Shakespeare. It worked. They loved the movie. One student told the teacher that I'll never think that Shakespeare is boring ever again. I've always thought this, that if I do become an English literature teacher, I will show them Theatre of Blood. Because it's not too bloody. It's not, there's no swearing. It's only a 15. And it gets people excited about Shakespeare.
I don't know. I'd love there to be a way that people just like Shakespeare.
Oh yeah, should we get to this now?
Oh no, we'll do it later. But I'll start weaving the
needle.
Yeah,
weaving the basket.
Tom's just talked about how he'd love to get, if he was a teacher, kids into Shakespeare.
Yes.
But that's hypocritical.
It is.
You don't like Shakespeare.
I don't like Shakespeare at all. Well, no, right. Let's just do it now. I've not seen an adaptation or a play, live, filmed, whatever, that I've fully enjoyed. My favourite Shakespeare is Othello.
And too.
Yeah, and that's probably more so because of that being the one that I had to study. And so I really got beneath it. I mean, I enjoyed it on a first watch anyway, but really getting beneath it. But also, and I'm not saying I'm a better writer than Shakespeare, but they all need a trim. Othello ends, and then you've got to stand around for another 10 minutes. Romeo and Juliet ends, you've got to stand around for another 10 minutes. They all are too long.
No.
Yes.
But I say the next one you'd say Antony and Cleopatra ends, and then they stand around for 10 minutes. With it doesn't. What you're saying there is that the lead character dies, and then we stand around for 10 minutes talking about them. Oh, no, what a sad day it is.
The Argo, he goes, no, I'm not going to talk anymore. He's the only one that you bloody want to listen to.
That's true.
I forfeit my tongue, or whatever he says.
That's it. Yeah.
I much prefer modernized. I think it's the verse, and I'll admit it. You know, I don't like performing Shakespeare because it's a bore and it's a hard thing to learn the lines. And I'm just going to cut the bullshit. That's the truth of it. I've never been one for Shakespeare, mainly because of that, but also, yeah.
I'm very disappointed. I for one of the things I love most about Shakespeare is the words, and I think it's delicious. It's
when you understand
rich, which I do. I mean, some say you have to be intellectual enough to understand Shakespeare.
Diana Rigg disguising herself as ELO's Jeff Lynne. I found that very funny. I think a better title for the movie would have been Murder by Shakespeare. I don't. Do you know what the original title was? Which everybody preferred, including Price. It's a pun. It's a Shakespeare pun.
It's a pun. Something like a quote from Shakespeare.
Much Ado About Murder.
No, I like Theatre of Blood.
I still prefer Theatre of Blood.
Yeah.
It's mainly because Price was in another anthology movie prior to this called The Comedy of Terrors, and that didn't do very well financially. And sort of as an excuse, they said, well, it must have been the title. People don't like Shakespeare. So there you go. I believe that, no, I'm a liar. I don't see how Sprout's head ended up at Devlin's place. We'll get to this in change. It is the one thing that doesn't make any sense. But it sparked a debate. Both the maid and his wife probably fainted long enough for Lionheart to take the head and had it delivered by one of the crazies. So there we go. I've always thought that's what happens. I can get over it. Because you can see the logic. You just have to.
It's like The Exorcist. We don't see what happened to the statue, but we can assume it was Reagan. There you go.
What, the statue when it's in the bedroom?
No, in the church with the boobies.
Oh, the defacement. Yes, I thought you meant. I'm just now imagining Reagan lugging the Iraq statue into her bedroom. A backlit shot. Best 10-minute stretch, William. Take us away.
Oh, this is difficult. I've not written one. I'm gonna have to pick through my favourite moments to see which part of the film.
We'll cut you then for 10-minute stretch.
Oh, thank you.
And here are my 3 nominations. Final 10 minutes. I love with the eyes going
With the
towards
daggers.
and his big final speech, and then let's make a toast to the immortal bard, and then pop pop pop, and then poor Diana getting whacked.
I found my best 10 minutes.
Oh shoot!
It's it's just after the Critics Awards when he comes in and he does this whole monologue behind the glass, and they're looking at what is he going on about. That's great.
Yeah, that's my second nomination, the Critics Circle flashback. And they're all laughing and jeering. Poor Edward. And then just wonderful editing of Diana flinging herself into the window of and then him falling. And I don't think the mannequin's too bad either.
No.
I think he needed to fall feet first. They should have weighted the feet, because obviously there's no way he can survive landing head first as he does into the Thames.
When 8 professional critics laughed at Edward Lionheart's acting ability,
I'm insane. Oh my God.
he killed himself. Then a strange thing began to happen. One by one, the critics themselves were murdered.
His head cut off.
Their deaths were so spectacular, so bizarre, it was almost as if Edward Lionheart had come back from the grave to create them. But of course, that was impossible.
Good day, Mr. Devlin.
Or was it? Vincent Price truly believes this is the most shocking performance of his career.
For your own safety,
We suggest you agree. You'd better. Rated R.
Alas. And then my third nomination is the fencing scene. You can't beat a good fencing scene.
Oh, the fencing scene is great.
However, it does get a touch ridiculous on the trampoline. You're a Shakespeare man. Is de Tocqueville a reference to Shakespeare? De Tocqueville fencing school, because the winery is a reference to Lear, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't pick anything. The only thing I sort of thought about was Hamlet ends with a
fencing,
fencing thing.
However, he says that it's the fence from Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo and Juliet, which I thought, hold on a minute, that's
why isn't it?
I thought it would have poisoned the end of the fencing sword, and he would have.
But he doesn't want him to die.
He doesn't. He wants to. When I'm ready,
live.
in a day, in a month, maybe in a year.
Kill you. Oscar travesty. Why didn't Vincent Price win Best Actor? There we go. I'll bump Brando now. Just for that butter scene alone. Where are we? Yes, so we're skipping 10-minute stretch for you. I've got an idea.
Oh, shoot.
Instead of single minute, I will go down the list and we will talk about the murders.
That's yes.
Because I think most of these single minutes
are murders.
Well,
I was thinking one of your Tom's big questions was going to be, what is your favourite murder?
Oh, I do have that, but we'll get to that after single minute. So, we'll do weirdly specific first. So Tom's weirdly specific moments. I love the opening shot. I love Shakespeare Moving Company, the Ides of March, and then Michael Hordern, Paddington Bear. Michael Hordern, the first to die, is the voice of Paddington Bear. Do you know the Sun headline?
No.
Paddington Bear man dies. Poor Michael Hordern. Lionheart, you are dead. No, it is another critical miscalculation. I am very well. It is you who are dead. This is our first.
This is Inside Number 9 reference.
Yes, and Psychoville. You haven't watched Psychoville
Oh,
yet,
no,
but they dropped it in on Psychoville with Eileen Atkins.
Sphinx.
It is. Were you overjoyed?
I was like, oh!
I know that one. That's my favourite. I don't know what that voice was.
That's me.
I love the Critics Circle picture because, I mean, what a picture that is. All those wonderful actors. Yeah. I love his review book, his little the posters and all the clippings. Who's got a better book? Annie Wilkes in Misery with the little pig stickers next to headlines about her murdering children.
Hello there. Where is everybody?
De Tocqueville had a death in the family.
Oh.
Well, since you have no worthy opponent, perhaps you would be good enough to have a bout or two with me, huh?
I'd be delighted. I fence here twice a week, but I've never seen you here before.
No, this is my first visit. I'm afraid I'm not very good, huh? No, I have been very ill. I had a serious accident. I broke a few limbs.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
No, everything is all right now. Yeah, I'm splendid. En garde.
Just a minute, your saber. There's no button.
Oh, so you noticed that, eh? Well, then. There. Now you do not have one either. You see?
Lionheart!
I do think Misery takes it.
Misery is a good one. It's those stickers that make it. The intro of Edwina with the flowers, the beautiful, the wonderful Diana Reid. I love when he's cutting Arthur Lowe's head off and he gets somebody to wipe his head off. I love the bow to the imaginary audience, and we hear the. I love both of his fake noses, Richard III and Shylock. As he rolls his eyes. That's wonderful. I very much like Vincent's Scottish accent as the masseuse.
Yes.
Officer, if I'm not being mistaken, he's murdering his wife.
Hello. I'm Butch. Hey, dishy hair. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Who's this great big beautiful thing with you? Is he yours?
Well, only just.
Come on, baby, let me get to it. Let me get at it, huh? You just sit there, baby, and relax. She won't be long.
I thought watching this, he sort of does a cross between you sort of Peter Sellers and Jim Carrey in a series of unfortunate events.
Oh yes,
he's doing all of the.
You could, yeah. Jim Carrey or Neil Patrick Harris.
I've not seen.
I think I got 2 episodes in,
I've
It
not
was
seen it,
alright.
but it's no, it looks like I will enjoy it and get through the whole thing.
It's got Joan Cusack and Catherine O'Hara. So there we go. Two just incredible, wonderful women. And I love the mess drinkers, the hobos, all cheering William Woodstock because they just have no idea.
Yeah.
He goes, "You're honored it to William Woodstock," because they have no idea what's happening. No, don't cheer him. Will's my general favourite part of the film.
I love the opening credits. I think they're fun. You get a little snapshot from all of the Shakespeare.
And that beautiful Michael J. Lewis music.
Yes.
Anything else?
I love the we get an interior car shot or a POV. We don't get many. We get a lot of looking at them driving, but one looking out from the windscreen onto.
Like Naked Gun.
Not that is the best interior.
That's the best interior shot. Is that better than the Woody Allen movie interiors?
Not seen it.
Oh, there you go. There's significantly less depression in Naked Gun.
Mustache on mustache. I love a mustache reveal when there's
already a mustache. Because it's not played for comedy either. It's just played as this is his disguise today.
What they do that in the proper Horrible Histories movie, Bill.
I never watched it. Was that good?
It's very, very good. The new one where they've recast and done it's
Rotten Romance.
Dire. But no, Bill is I do quote it quite a lot.
What's better, Bill or Upstart Crow? Because it's the exact same thing. Well, it's not the exact same thing, but it's Shakespeare, isn't it? As just a normal guy.
Oh yeah, no, Bill's a lot better because it's sort of it's nostalgic because you've got your Horrible Histories cast, but it's just better written gags. Whereas Upstart Crow, I love David Mitchell, absolute one of my favourite comedians. Love Peep Show. But Upstart Crow, it's just Blackadder, but not as good, and that's all you think while watching it. That's all.
It's live. Well, I don't know if it was postponed. I don't know if
it was done for a bit, wasn't it? Yeah.
Duke of York, I think.
I wanted to go and watch it, but then I looked at the ticket prices and they were extortionate.
I was going to say. I mean, I didn't look. Any other favourite parts?
I love my favourite critic. I hope I'm not jumping onto one of your big questions.
Yeah, do it now.
Oh no, we'll save it.
Okay. Well, let's run. Okay, sorry. Continue.
I love the shots when she opens the mirror and the chest comes into view. I like any shot when you open a mirror and you see something, especially in horror movies. It's very.
Didn't you say you didn't? There was one in a previous episode where you said
one where I didn't like it. Must have been. What have we done? What movies have we done?
No, it was Inside Number 9. Where
was it?
Where it revealed Galen in the corner when the vlogger leaves her room.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I really like that. Anyway,
because I didn't like that episode. But there you go.
No, well, yes, yes.
What is that? I like the sword fight. There you go.
Yes, fencing. Right, let's do a single minute then. And this will lead into favourite critic. So we'll go critic by critic. So we'll talk about each murder. We'll talk about each critic, so you can jump in on that. And then at the end of this, we will discuss favourite murder and favourite critic. So, Edward and Edwina Lionheart. Then we have Peregrine Devlin, played by Ian Hendry, who doesn't die, but his eye piercing would be quite terrible.
I think that might be a step too far.
Here's a question. Did he want the knives to stop and just pierce his eyes and blind him, or were they going to go straight through and kill him? Because they're not going very quickly.
No, they're not going very quickly, but they are red hot, aren't they? So they would have
popped his eyes. They would have definitely blinded him, but I don't know if.
I don't know if he intended to kill him.
Who knows?
I think
in the Lear, it's just a blinding, isn't it?
Well, you know, I really wear these makeups because I don't want people to think I'm just another pretty face. You see, I'm really, this is my real soul underneath this. It was great fun, you know, because every 3 or 4 days I would be acting with another great actor like Harry Andrews or Coral Brown or Diana Rigg or Arthur Lowe. It just went on and on. Robert Morley, Dennis Price. And it was terribly exciting because I was playing 8 Shakespearean parts. And all of them were about the best Shakespearean actors in the world. And I'm poor amateur, I'm afraid, but I had great fun doing it anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, the blind guy in King Lear.
Oh, yeah. No, this is. I think what he wanted to do was because he said because he wanted him to give him the award.
Hmm.
So I thought the plan was either way he was going to get stabbed. But if he doesn't give him the award, he would have killed him. If not, he would have just left him blinded. I think that was the plan. Like Saw. This was the inspiration.
Yeah. Well, all of these Vincent Price 70s horror movies, you know, you look at Dr. Phibes and Dr. Phibes Rises Again, the abominable Dr. Phibes movies, which are very, very similar to this. But this is by far the best of its type. Trevor Dickman, Harry Andrews. First off, what a name for a character like him. The seduction by Diana Rigg in her little white dress. And he's like, oh, you want me to help you with your rehearsal? I love him putting his hand on her bottom, but then moving it away.
And then, yeah.
And then I love when he's reading the lines.
Yes. And then, like, a bit more conviction. And then he goes for it. And he's really marvellous.
It's wonderful. And then very subtle Shylock comes out. No half measures for either Vincent Price or Edward Lionheart in this movie. He really, really goes for it in all accounts.
I would love to see a remake of this, but with Hugh Grant reprising his role as Phoenix Buchanan.
And he kills little Paddington.
No, something along the same lines. But I think this is a very Phoenix Buchanan or Hugh Grant part. It would be great at this.
Yeah. On the League commentary, they really obviously don't want to remake, but they did mention David Suchet.
Well, actually, you see, the thing that made it difficult was that, pardon this keeps falling off all the time. You know, when you smoke in bed, you get these terrible things happen to you. But you had to play the scene, each scene of Shakespeare's, to fit the scene of the murder that I was doing, which was a Shakespearean murder, but of course in contemporary parlance. So you had to always slant the lines a little bit differently, which is difficult to do. Of course, it's a black comedy, as they are called, and consequently you try to play things for comedy and with a bit of good taste, but it's awfully hard to saw somebody's head off with the very best of taste. Even though I have taken carving lessons, I'm very good on a mutton roast or something.
We'll get to I'll save it. I don't know how much research you do. Miss Chloe Moon, played by the wonderful Coral Brown, who fell in love with Vincent Price on this film, and they started an affair. He was unhappily married at the time, and eventually, divorced, and they lived together happily ever after.
He must have been an excellent masseuse.
No, Chloe Moon's Butch, dishy hair.
Oh, I've got the wrong.
Yes. This is my favourite death. Spoilers. The character of Butch, a very subtle performance. It's definitely my favourite outfit. I would wear the Butch outfit for Halloween if anybody knew, but nobody would. Much to my lament. Yes, but Butch, I think, is the peak of the comedy in this film. Just sensational. Then we have Oliver Larding, played by Robert Coote, who dies off screen. Yes, he just does. He's one of the off-screen ones. Not the best. Solomon Parsley, played by Jack Hawkins, who is the Othello one. Who is, it's not a fun fact, he's wearing neckerchiefs and covering his neck because he had his voice box removed due to throat cancer. But he kept going in films for the rest of his life, but he was always dubbed by Charles Gray.
Oh, is he dubbed in this?
Yes, it's good. There you go, good dubbing. Can't tell. George Maxwell, Michael Horden, that terrifying opening death with the murder and the plastic sheet.
Yeah,
and they're all
creeping up on him.
Ooh, and the policeman just not doing anything. I mean, you know it's Vincent Price because you've seen the poster, but really quite unsettling. And it sets a good tone. If you opened with the death of Meridew or Butch, then you wouldn't be scared or unsettled. But opening with this, you have no idea what's going to happen next. Hector Snipe, played by Dennis Price, the second to be offed with the spear when he gets launched up by that trap door. That's going to throw you back out. Don't like that.
Words of it, isn't it? Smart.
And then Mrs. Sprout. I completely missed Horace Sprout, the one who was beheaded with the casket. Oh, stop snoring! Stop snoring!
See, I've got, aside from the deaths. Oh, we'll keep going. We'll keep going.
I've only got one left. Meridew with "This is your dish," with the dead dogs, and that takes a turn. But then he threw it down his throat. And,
yeah.
Don't like that at all.
Guantanamo.
And they don't hold back with the dogs. They do kill the dogs. It's not like War of the Roses job where you then cut to the dogs.
I thought you meant like in the making of the film. They didn't hold back. Those pies were real. That scene was.
They killed the dogs to get the shot. It's not like Apocalypse Now with the dead cow. Okay then, Will. Favorite critic?
My favorite critic. I've forgotten his name. It's the guy with the dogs. It's the guy with the dogs.
Meridew.
Yeah, it's great.
Yes. Robert Morley as Meridew. It was in an Acheborn. He was in an Alan Acheborn, and he had a few months free before he had to take it over to America.
It's great. It's fantastic. I especially like the bit at the funeral where he picks up the dogs.
Oh, doggy. Yes, a very subtle performance again. I think my favourite critic has to be Trevor Dickman. I can't beat a bit of filth. Your favourite murder?
I've gone. I'll say my three nominees.
Where's wine? Where have we talked about wine? Oh, Oliver Larding, Robert Coote doesn't get killed off screen. He gets put in the wine. Of course,
he gets
Richard
drowned.
III.
Yeah,
gets drowned. And do you know what that wine cellar is now, Will?
London Dungeons.
Yes.
Is it actually?
Yes. Was that a guess?
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm known for my improv. Some say your improv is very realistic. It's genuine, and yeah. I'm very. Yes.
You went. Yeah, you rather went flustered. Oh, power to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll take it back.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah. Sorry. So favorite murder. Your top three.
So I've got the pie.
Yeah.
With the dogs. I've got Merchant of Venice with the heart. And I've got the beheading surgery.
I really like the wine.
The wine's very good. I like that bit
Right, that'd be the way to go.
What are you doing here? This is wine tasting, and then all the hobos are like,
I love the first meeting they have, and it's like, I say we wait and I'll open this Chateau Monde. Very good. Wonderful bit of camp. And your favourite Vincent Price disguise / Shakespeare?
Oh, he does a great masseuse, but I think it's got to be the French accent.
This
chef.
is your dish.
It's very John Cleese, a whapper thin mint.
It is. Vincent. Vincent in this does every accent. Some better than others.
Yes.
Mr. de Tocqueville was on holiday. It's not as high as, nor is Officer, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, peaks and troughs.
He does.
As a Shakespeare man, Will, what is your favourite soliloquy he delivers?
Not
your favourite
soliloquy, but the one he does
page.
best.
The one is your favourite delivery, yes.
I think the Julius Caesar one is very good.
Fill me in. Oh, Friends and Countrymen. When he's
Friends, yeah. One of the first ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friends.
I like the first one. That's good. I do like. I keep talking about Shylock. I think overall the Shylock is superb. I love Shylock.
Yes. Yeah.
But also,
me too.
If I could run on another one, his Dick the Shit is very good as well. When he's just behind he emerges
and hobbles. You know what my favourite part is? When he's hobbling, and then pulls up his thing, and he just walks. Oh, he's coming! I better stand over here. Oliver Larding. What wonderful names! Will's favourite building / set.
It's the Merchant of Venice set. That's the best set.
The theatre.
Yes.
Which was a real theatre, set to be set to be oh Christ, what are my words? Yes, a real theatre set to be demolished. They said, can you postpone for a couple of weeks? And then they did, blow it up and burn it down.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, yes. It was one of those old music hall places. Those old music hall places. We touched on best single minute now. Best line. Well, let you start.
Thank you. I do very much enjoy It Is You Who Are Dead.
It is you who are dead.
Because I was like, oh, I know that.
Yes. You begin to resent an actor if you always have to give him bad notices. I'm sorry to miss the meeting, but my heart is with you. Dickman. Inspector Boot. Saw him once, a very vigorous actor. That's a good description.
I like the Butch introduction.
Oh, I've got that here. Wait a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Bloody hell. Naughty, don't touch. Butch knows best. There's something new from Gay Paris. That's not the intro. The intro is...
It's the dishy.
Hello, I'm Butch. Hey, dishy hair. Can't wait to get my hands on it.
We need more representation of hairdressers in film.
In movies. Hairdressing. Well, Larding, you said my Richard III cast such a spell on the audience, it put this reviewer in a deep sleep. And I awoke that I was spared attending the aging matinee idols ranting and posturing. Well, let's see if we can get more rapt attention from you today. And I always admired you as a critic, Snipe. Your clever use of analogy and metaphor. Plus, you always strive to be complimentary, but not always complimentary.
I like when he's walking out of the Othello crime scene. It's like, officer, if I'm not mistaken, Mrs. Sultry is murdering his wife. And the policeman's like, oh, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll jump closing line Hall of Fame. Was that dialogue from King Lear? Yes, a remarkable performance. He was overacting as usual, but he knew how to make an exit.
Very fitting.
Very fitting. I have no idea.
I think
what's
we're
the
going to find
change?
out. What is the... Well, we touched on it earlier, didn't we?
What?
The head.
Oh yes, that.
The head.
But you can get over it.
You can. I think the most obvious change for me, or just I don't know what they were doing. The heart, in going back to it for a 20th time. Much Ado About Nothing. I keep saying that it's Merchant of Venice.
Merchant of Venice.
It's
well,
Merchant
no,
of
he
Venice.
says. Now, are you going to say that that's not what happens in Merchant of Venice?
I was talking about the heart.
Yeah. Are you going to
Yeah.
say that that's not what happens in Merchant of Venice?
No.
Oh, continue then.
Yes. I was going to say when they rip it out of him, it's very small. It's like a tiny heart, and then when it gets delivered to him, it's this great big. Use the same prop.
Maybe it's an angle. Maybe it's an angle problem. It's very low budget,
Maybe
Will. I doubt they had two hearts.
Very far away. Those cows, Dougal, they're enough. Those are small.
What's the Phoenix Knights when the group of dwarves come? He goes, is it just me or are they really far away? Phoenix Knights, upcoming episodes, just you wait. The thumb biting. I don't mind the first one. It's Michael Paddington Bearman's wife. And when she bites first, I don't mind that. I mind it when she's doing it again at the funeral.
That is a great shot when you've got the road and the bridge behind her, and then it's that slow zoom, very 70s zoom into her looking shocked. It's great.
And then the thunderclap.
Yeah.
Wonderful. The intro of Edwina is back to back with her running lines as, let's call him Curly Man. So we hear their voices back to back. Why not just put another little scene in between? It's far too obvious that they're the same person.
I only realised that was Edwina at the beginning of the wine tasting.
Oh, good. I think I was fooled as well. Well, no, my problem is that
I knew it was someone dressed up. I knew it was very obviously a disguise.
Yeah.
But I realised it was her after, obviously, we've met her.
The problem is that they play it like it's a reveal, but we've already had her seduce Trevor Dickman.
Yeah. So we know she's in on it.
Yeah.
But she's not there, so she must be wearing... She must be dressing as her favourite yellow.
Do you have any other changes, Will?
No.
Then what's left from your notes?
Another quote. I like that one. But don't worry, all the lines are there. But we have made one rather large cut. I like that one. Oof. I like the suicide aware scene.
Are you promoting suicide awareness, Will?
Yeah.
The cut to the ice falling into the glass.
Yes. Yeah. I like the dropping into the water.
That's
and
marvelous.
the ice.
But I
in the
don't know
whiskey.
what you're talking about. Aware.
I must have done a typo because he must have been aware of his suicide. Yeah. That's just about it.
Did you notice the other League of Gentlemen line that got taken? It's a very, very famous one.
Give me a clue. Give me a clue.
It's Michael Horden getting killed. And it's League of Gentlemen. Now, we'll have no trouble here. Come on.
Oh, is it that? Whoa.
Rewatch it well.
I should have got that.
Because they talk about this on the commentary, because there's a line similar to it in Withnail and I. And people think that it's a reference to Withnail and I. It's not. It's a reference to Theatre of Blood. I love 70s fashion. For better or for worse. I love those neckerchiefs. Not just poor Jack Hawkins with his voice box removed. I love Peregrine's little neckerchief he wears.
This is the thing. I do love a turtleneck.
Yeah.
I see myself. I mean, I do own a few. I'm not ashamed to say. And they're very architecty. And like when I do my reviews and my presentations, I'll wear a nice turtleneck and a suit jacket and some fake glasses, and I'll look the part.
There you go. I don't know about the fake glasses.
That was just a little joke at the end, Tom.
You sure?
Yeah.
Sure? I don't know whether I love it or hate it. The Julius Caesar painting in Michael Horden's house is a little less subtle than the gigantic Othello statues and paintings in Diana Dawes and Jack Hawkins' house. Not very subtle. Down, strumpet. I love the little throwaway line they do to get around how that she doesn't just get up out of the chair when she goes, I can't move. It's very good. Bad policeman. Terrible policeman.
Is the aim just to give like protection because they know that they're under threat, so they're walking them to their houses and stuff. But they get like, for example, the wine tasting. He stands there the whole time watching him, and it just walks off.
And the hairdresser guy who just stays up there. Yeah. Bit of smoke. Oh, what's that? Oh.
That's 70s policeman though, for you, isn't it? Yeah.
70s policeman. Will, did you know that they made this into a play?
No, Tom, I didn't.
At the National Theatre, at the Littleton space with Jim Broadbent.
Wonderful. That sounds
with Rachel Sterling, Diana Rigg's daughter, playing the Diana Rigg role.
Very, very good.
It was bad.
Oh no.
According to the league, according to the league, and a few and a few reviews. Basically, the league said that their biggest problem was that they played Edward Lionheart as a bad actor, and Edward Lionheart's not a bad actor.
No,
he's just a Shakespearean actor who won't move with the times. And William Woodstock, a mumbler. I still call people if somebody's mumbling on stage, I will reference this movie. And I reference this movie every time, and I know that nobody gets it. I know that nobody gets it, but I just do it for my own relish. And I go, "Oh, you're a real William Woodstock," and they go, "Who's that?" A mumbler. That were like talking heads. And they say, "Oh, you're a real William Woodstock," and I said, "What was that?" And she said, "A mumbler." She said, "Oh, wonderful." Yes, no, the images looked pretty good. I wish I could have seen it, obviously, but yeah, that was their biggest problem. They said that, and yeah. Alas, there is no alternate ending, but there are. You know it. I don't know what this voice is. A few fun facts. It was Vincent Price's favourite of all of his movies.
Very good.
And Diana Rigg also regards this as her best movie. Vincent Price fell in love with and married Coral Brown following production, which lasted from July the 10th to August 17th, 1972. This movie was released after Vincent Price's 73 appearance as the subject of This Is Your Life. His last public appearance with his second wife, Mary, who knew nothing yet about his affair with Coral, set up by Dame Diana Rigg, who noticed the chemistry between them.
Actors. They're a strange bunch.
Yes, as I said, the role of Diana Rigg was filled. Dame Diana Rigg, we should say. Dame. That damn Diana Rigg. Edward Kendall Sheridan Lionheart, what a name, as tomb is an actual monument in Kensal Green Cemetery in London. It belongs to the Sivier family and shows the sculpted figures of a seated man, one hand placed on the head of a woman kneeling in adoration, while the other is on a Bible. And then they just put clay over the statue to make it look like Vincent Price. And they do an okay job. And that's it for fun facts. As I say, it's
you built it up to be a big thing, Tom, and I've left it quite disappointed.
Oh.
But I suppose I'm going cold turkey from my high of guessing the
London
location.
Dungeons. That was one of the fun facts. I dropped it in early.
I spoilt it.
Tom's big question. We've done favourite disguise. We've done favourite death. We've done favourite. Oh, what's your favourite name?
What for Lionheart's characters?
No, character. Shylock.
Oh, it's just
a name in the film.
It's again my favourite critic, Meredith Merridew.
What a wonderful name. And
Trevor Dickman's also good.
Trevor Dickman, what a name again. I think mine's Dickman. And we touched on this as well. Do we agree with Lionheart? Yes, we hate mumblers.
What it does annoy me, I hate mumblers, and I think because of our dialect being West Yorkshire lads, we spot it better. Because you get a lot of these Southerners watching sort of Happy Valley, that got shot, didn't it? Because they were like, they're just mumbling all the time. They're not mumbling, they've just got Yorkshire accents, and you can't understand them.
You know what's mumbling? That pissing Jamaica in. Do you remember when that got complaints to the BBC? Because they were all whispering and nobody could understand what they were saying. That one Yorkshire. There you go. Jamaica in.
There you go.
Trivia. I was going to say that's a good trivia question. I don't know. Well, who knows?
Right into your next quiz.
Yeah, everybody knows. You're all invited. If the place is open. Synopsis of a sequel. We can't really, because Edward's dead, and it would be obviously absurd if he survived this as well. But in a way, I do wish that they'd kept it open for him to kill more critics. I guess we do have a sequel in the Fives movies and Vincent Price's other movies where he does this sort of same thing. And obviously, I love this movie in itself. I
think the problem is you're using Shakespeare as the theme. So it's if you're going to do a sequel, you can't really do more Shakespeare.
They did do Macbeth.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
What Murder of the Missing Will as a Shakespeare boy?
Oh, Antony and Cleopatra. There could be a snake pit.
Oh no, I don't like snakes. I'm glad they skipped that. Have we talked yet about how much I hate snakes?
No. Are you like Harrison Ford?
Why did it have to be snakes? Yes, I am just. Thank you, Will. I am just like Harrison Ford. Yes, I am just like. I'm just like Harrison Ford in. What lies beneath?
Fugitive.
Fugitive. What a film!
I love that film.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
A very angry Harrison Ford.
Very angry Harrison Ford. A wonderful Tommy Lee Jones. Julianne Moore popping in for one of her first roles. Get
it on the list. Let's get it on the list.
I think it is. I think I've put it on. I do think it's on the list of possible possibilities. Possible possibilities. Don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
A shorter episode this time, Will, but have you any
Yes.
final thoughts? Or have you any other
Short-
things to
short and
mention with
sweet.
Theatre of Blood?
Very, very good. I'm looking forward to
Watching it together.
watching. Oh,
Oh, what were you going to say?
I'm looking forward to watching next week's episode. Don't Look Now. I'm trying to tie together.
You can do what you want. I was watching this, and as soon as you said you liked it, I was excited for a watch of it together with my lovely Blu-ray, and we could make a drinking game. But no.
Oh, go on then, Tom.
No,
I will
it's
watch
done now.
It's
No,
ruined.
you've lost the chance now. My Blu-ray is going to keep firmly between Terms of Endearment and There Will Be Blood. Alphabetical. You traitor. No wonder Iago is your favourite character. Right. Well, that was a horrible note to end on. The end of a friendship.
Yeah.
I've been Thomas Carruthers. This is the last episode ever of the Carruthers Leggetter and Whoever. That's a joke. I have literally nothing else to do in my life. There. How does it feel, Will, to be denigrated publicly? And when I say publicly, I mean in front of the 20 people that watch this show.
20. That's generous.
It's gone up, yeah, it's gone up. And they don't get to the end. Who knows? Will, have you any final thoughts on the wonderful film Theatre of Blood?
Very good. Everyone should get more into Shakespeare. You should buy complete works like me. Read it. Sometimes when I'm bored on the night, some people might, I'll get PlayStation on. I'll do that. I'll make a cake. I like to read Othello.
Just any time? You only read Othello?
No, I'll read. I just named my favourite one off the top of my head.
Oh.
I like Antony and Cleopatra. That's another favourite.
Did you watch the NT live?
With Rafe?
With Rafe?
Yes. No. Very, very good.
I think previous guest Ava Robinson watched it live. She was apparently
very
underwhelmed.
I'm looking forward to. I don't know if they'll show it. I'm hoping they show Adrian and Rory.
In Othello. Yeah, that's a point.
That was a very good production.
Believe. I don't know. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't know, Will. Stop asking me these questions. I don't.
Goodbye.
Lionheart! Lionheart!